Good morning. Happy Tuesday. We are about to come into the Taurus full moon. I have been doing my morning practice. In the mornings, I do practices to assist me in getting into my body, out of my head and into my body, into a more empathic feeling energy. And I have to, or I get to, I don't want to say I have to, I get to do practices and work to help me feel embodied, because we have been living at a time on the planet and I have been conditioned to live in my head, to be in this very externally focused thinking way of being. And one of the things that I'm really seeing is that as the old reality crumbles, I have been for years now really practicing developing my subconscious, my intuition, my feeling body, my senses, because I have always been able to sense that we were in a reality that was dying. The American system, the American way of being, the Western construct, the mind, the government, the medical system, the education system, the policing, all of it is a archaic beast that is dying. And I've always been able to feel it. I've been able to see it through, I studied politics in college and in school, and I was always reading about history. And so I was aware that there was this, what I would call now, the beast that seemed to consume everything, and everybody seemed to be, compelled by it, whether it be through Christianity or politics or school, and it just never fit me. I just was always like, this don't fit. This internal feeling in me was like, this don't fit. This ain't right, but because everyone was doing it and it didn't seem to be another option, I was like, okay. And what I'm learning now is that there are people who didn't say okay. There were people who were children who rejected it as children. And I have a friend now who I am connected to that I see. I'm like, oh, she never adopted it. Okay, so that's so cool to me. But I did adopt it, or I tried to. That's the way Christianity felt to me. Yeah. So I tried to adopt it. I tried to adopt it through taking on romantic notions like romance. Romance is a part of this beast. This idea of one man and one woman, and the way that we create romance and love excludes family and community. Relationships are anchored in communities. And it's never about your relationship with one person. It's always about your relationship with yourself and how that projects out with others. And reading a people's astrology helps me understand some people can lean towards monogamy and some people cannot, because that's not how they are wired. But this culture has abducted relationships and says this is the best way to be, and it comes from this Disney fantasy thing, and it just didn't fit me, right? So all of these systems, I've always been able to see that these systems are they lean in ways that are not inclusive, that are not they're based on how much money you have. They're based on what school you go to. They're based on how you look. This system is structured in an externalized perspective that is temporary. It is always changing, because what's the prettiest is going to change. What's education is going to change. What's value, because the external is in a constant state of death. And the system is finally now really collapsing. It's really coming to its end, even though we are trying to still preserve it in the ways that we are. And I have always been able to feel that. I've always been able to feel it. And so one of the things that's so interesting, before the election, I had, for years, I've had a group of girlfriends. I met them when I was about 18 or 19 years old. And we would go to the beach. We all live in Los Angeles, and we would get together for beach day. And we hadn't done it really since my child was born. And now he's 17. Like, motherhood has a way of hijacking everything. Or at least it did for me, because I realized after I had my child that I had to really figure this shit out, because it wasn't just about me now. It was about this other person. And I was always struggling. And now I've birthed somebody who I'm not going to be able to give answers to. Like, it was like, I have to figure this out. So we didn't have beach day for a while, but we went to beach day. I'm like, you guys, I can talk forever. So I just branch off into a whole lot of stories, but I'm coming to a point. I'm getting somewhere. I want you to know I'm getting somewhere. So we went to beach day, and we hadn't been together in years at beach day. We've seen each other periodically, but not in the same way. Beach day, we go with food and wine, and we sit on the beach for 5 hours, and all we do is talk and get in the water and come in and eat and all that sort of stuff. So it's a real day to catch up. And all they were talking about was the election. And I was like, fuck, like inside of myself, fuck. Because in 2016, I voted for Trump. And I lost a lot of friends because of it. And then this year I wasn't voting. I stopped voting. After that, I voted in 2016 for Trump, and then I haven't voted again since then. Because I realized I didn't want to give my energy to it. I was like, this is a dying machine. This is like a dying person on life support. Why would I give my energy to this? Especially now that I understand the astrology. So at the beach day, they're just talking about, why Kamala has to win and why. And I'm listening. I'm not really saying anything. I'm not really adding anything. I'm listening. I'm paying attention. And I'm also not telling them about my last vote, though I've talked about it publicly, and I've talked about it on platform. So I just didn't want to add anything. I didn't. And I never said anything. I never said that I wasn't voting. And I never said that I just don't use my energy that way anymore. I never said that this system is over. It's done. It cannot be saved. It cannot be rescued. It's complete. I never said anything, because I have spent my life, when I speak up about things that I see that most people don't see, it infuriates people. Like, it terrifies people. It sends people into such internal chaos that I have had to learn that sometimes I need to just be quiet. And that was one of those days. And now, though, that the election is over with, and I see how this thing, like, Black women are saying they're not participating anymore. And I'm like, finally, shit. Like, about time. Like, I have been for years saying, focus on yourself, give to yourself, prioritize yourself, honor yourself, like all of that. Why? Because we have been so indoctrinated into a masculine way of being, focused on thought. And me understanding cosmology, what I've been trying to say is that the mind is totally anchored in the ego. And that's what the Western world is built on. Ego. It's built on how much you have, what you think, how you feel, how you look. If you're white, if you're Black, all of that. And all of those things are external constructs that don't mean anything. They literally are nothing. And people give so much of their energy to it. And it's your life force. It's literally your life force. You're literally giving the most valuable thing you have to these systems that are nothing. There's this movie called, oh God, let me see. Oprah was in this movie, and it's a child's movie. It's a children's movie. Let me see if I can think of the name of it. It's a children's movie, and Oprah was in it, and she plays like a giant. She plays like a giant in the movie. Let me see if I can. And there is a scene that I want to tell you guys about in this movie but I want to get the name of it so you can have a reference and go see the movie if you want to see it. If you feel called to watch this movie. So let me just find the name of the movie. It's called A Wrinkle in Time. Exactly. There it is, A Wrinkle in Time. And in that movie, there's a scene, the father gets lost in time because he has done something that allows him to jump timelines. And he gets lost in time, and his children go to find him. And he is in a dimension where everything is false. He and the child, like, when they get there, they're offering them food, and they're so hungry that they start eating it. But as they eat the food turns to sand. That's what's going on here. If you pay attention to our food system, our medical system, nothing is really what it seems. Do you understand what's happening, you all? You know, like now I'm seeing like the water is contaminated. The food is because the illusion is coming undone, you all. The illusion is, am I making sense? Right? So you left the medical. Yes, Rob, congratulations. I'm so happy you were able to see it so clearly and do it in a way that worked for you. So our external world is collapsing. Now, the thing about the external world is that men, this is the hard part. This is the part that's breaking my heart right now. That men are very anchored in the external world. Women are too, because we've been thinking and we're always trying to figure it out. What I'm talking about is the subconscious, and we have not been honoring the subconscious. That's why when I was in Bali, they do ritual every day because they're honoring the subconscious. They're burning a candle, they're blessing some, because there is an invisible force behind everything. And when the world is based on the mental only, the things that you can see, it's not anchored with the internal invisible force, the feminine, what Christians would call the Holy Spirit. It's not anchored with that. And now that we have been functioning so much in the external, so much in the mind, in the mental, it's collapsing. And what it's going to do is really be heartbreaking for our men, because men have really bought into the notion, the idea that this external world is real and it's all it is. It's all monopoly. And so men are going to be having a very hard time emotionally, because this new world is based on feeling. You got to feel it. You got to feel it. It's literally your intuition. It's your inner knowing. It's your inner, and you have to cultivate these energies. And we have not cultivated them as a culture. So that's why they're saying America's going to become a third world country. It's not. It's not. Maybe it's going to dissolve. I don't know. But as Black people have been the inner workings of the American system. They suppressed us. They've oppressed us. They've made us wrong and all. But we have a connection to the internal, to the feeling. When you've been as oppressed, you've had to learn how to navigate, how to feel, how to be more animalistic, how to be more intuitive, more instinctive. And white people don't have that. They've not built that because they've been given everything, and all of that is completely collapsing right now. But as the ways that we've all participated in it, we're all going to suffer. We're all going to suffer. So, what am I trying to say? I want to read some of these comments. Let me see what y'all are saying here. Thank you for acknowledging your truth. I am having a dialogue about this right now. Opposition does not equal connection. Well, it does, but not in the right relationship. That's right. You have to have affinity. The oppositions have to align. You have to have the figure eight. They have to fit. So the energies have to match. Mind control, wrinkle in time. Okay. Do you guys have any questions, any astrological questions? Because the astrology is what helps me follow this. So my point is that we are about to have a full moon in Taurus. And Taurus is the sensory feeling self. Radiant rising. Taurus is the feeling self. It is the body. It is the feelings. And for those of us who have not been cultivating, trusting our feelings, you got to feel more than see. Our physical world, our physical world cannot be trusted right now. You cannot base anything upon what this physical world. It's over with. Hey Takoya, it's over with. Our physical existence is done with. In the ways that we have been relating, in the agreements, right? Like, we all vote, so it means this. Sunday means you go to church. This dollar means this much. This, I could shop here. It felt safe. Like all of those things are no longer going to be available. That's why they're saying, like I was telling the movie, The Wrinkle of Time, what you saw, there was when they were eating on the beach, they had all this food and they're eating. And as they're eating the food, it starts to turn to sand. It starts to turn into nothing as they're eating it, right? It has no nutritious value. It's literally empty. So if you're not really getting real nutrition, you feel hungry all the time and you don't know, like it's these unseen forces, these unseen things, these feelings, these things that you can't necessarily put language to are crumbling. What does the full moon mean for Capricorn suns and Scorpio rising? Oh, okay. I don't do that kind of astrology. I'm sorry, but let me say what I want to. I'll say this: the full moon means that we all need to feel. It's important because Taurus is the silent force, and that is everything. Okay. Taurus governs the earth realm. It governs money. It governs value. It governs, right? So what's available right now is, where are you placing your value? Where are you placing your value? Are you giving value to old ideas? Are you forcing things? Where are you placing your value? Are you giving value to your new creations? Are you giving value to the things that are working to come through you, or are you stuck on old things? If it's one thing I know about Capricorn, is that Capricorn has been through it for the last 17 years. Capricorns be stuck as fuck. Like literally, I have never seen a group that Taurus and Capricorn. Capricorn can get very stuck in achievement and wanting things to appear a certain way and feeling good because you have things that other people appreciate, like the kind of car you drive and the amount of money in your bank and all that kind of shit. All that shit is done with. All I'm saying is that, like, Pluto has just moved through Capricorn. That's not valuable any longer. Where have you been putting your authority? Where have you been saying this matters to me, right? And these are authority is a thing of like we'll do things like we go to the doctor, like your body will tell you something. And then you need a doctor to tell you what you already know. That's what I'm talking about, okay? You can see that your child is struggling with something, but you need somebody else to tell you what it is. And like literally coming into your own authority. Like as a Capricorn, you don't need a car. You don't need to drive a Tesla in order for you to be successful. You know what I mean? You don't need a big house in order for you to be really intelligent. Like, where are you putting your authority? Where are you giving your value to? Is your value anchored in something that's real, or is it anchored in something that's material? The material world is coming undone. We can no longer hold ourselves to the values of the materialism of capitalism and this Western mindset. It's over with. I'm telling you guys. And so as men, I'm not a man, but I see the men in my family. I see the men, I'm so grateful that I have been coaching men who are leaning more into their hearts and their internal spaces. Like Rob here, just BU 77, like we worked together for a couple of years and his heart opened. And because of it, he was able to shift out of those old constructs, not just because of his work with me, but because of his desire, his sense that something else was being made available to him, and he followed it. And I supported him in that. And what I'm saying, if the men who are still anchored in these old ways of being, and it's about the energy is changing. We cannot function that way any longer. We used to be kindergartners. We used to, here's what it's like. It's like when you have a bicycle and you are riding with the tricycle. You have the training wheels. You got your bicycle and you got your training wheels on, right? That's what the masculine has been doing. And we've been riding the bike with our training wheels. And when you learn how to ride a bike, riding a bike is really about feeling. Riding a bike is really about feeling. And when you have those training wheels on, it gives you the illusion that you're riding the bike. I feel like but the training wheels are coming off. Thank you, Spirit, for giving me a picture that I could see. The training wheels are coming off on our culture. And now you're going to have to move through this reality through feeling. What does it feel like? Does that feel good? When I was married, my ex-husband's mother would have these feelings, and she would be like, oh, that don't feel right in my stomach, my gut. And I would always be like, that was always profound to me, that her gut would give her a signal, a physical signal that she would speak about. I soon realized that was for her gut and not for my gut. But her doing that helped me see that I need that. And we all have to now tap into how it feels. Can you feel it? Now we have to move intuitively. Yes. Yes. And I sense that many men are going to be having a challenging time with this, because men have not been able to have access to their intuition and trust it, because they're so externally focused and competitive, trying to control the external world. And it cannot be controlled. It has to be controlled from inside. You control the external from the internal. And that is the feminine. And so we all must begin to rely on our feminine energy, our internal wisdom, or align yourself with somebody who does, that you can trust. You either learn it for yourself. You're going to have to learn it for yourself. But in the meantime, align yourself with somebody who you can trust. Anyway, this Taurus full moon is so profound. Taurus is about value and wealth, and it's really where you put your value. And many of us have valued, like in relationships, we valued people based upon how they look. We value people based upon how much money they have. We value another person based upon what access they can grant us or get us. The value isn't because it needs to be pure. It needs to be pure. It needs to be because there's a connection, because this works, because this feels good, it's not because of these external things. And that is what this Taurus full moon is asking us. By the way, the block was seen on our first reading 5+ years ago. Now come to current. I am now ready to release. That's the man program. Yes, exactly. It is stubborn. Yep. Oh, this is so profound. Yes, be aware of where you're placing your value. Where are you giving your power to? Because here's the thing, the sun is in Scorpio. This is about power. The full moon in Taurus means the sun is in Scorpio. And this is power. Energy is what I'm talking about. Energy, power. Literally, lately, everything I think is coming into... The other day, I had a thought about a friend of mine. I was walking down the street. I thought about her. She texted me today, I'm in town. Yesterday morning, I had a feeling that I wanted to go to the spa and I wanted to invite my niece to go with me. But then I was like, I don't feel like changing our restructuring what we already had planned. I don't feel like it. So then she calls me and says, can we go to the spa? So the very thing that I wanted to do, she called me to do it. Like, this is happening all day. I have this, and then I feel this openness, and I can see everything because I can feel it, and then I will feel really bad. Like it's like it ebbs and flows. It ebbs and flows. And so I have been, my astrology. It's my astrology. This is about Scorpios. That's right. It's about our power. So wherever you are assigning value is where you're giving your power. That's what people also don't understand. You got to understand how this reality works. This reality works on your consciousness. This reality works upon what you're telling yourself, what you believe, what you're speaking, what you're feeling. So if you got a whole lot of garbage in there about this is right and this is wrong, you're creating all that sort of stuff. That's power. That's energy. That's real. It's like your thoughts are real things. They're happening really rapidly. So it's important for you to understand, to have dominion over your emotions, to have dominion over your feelings, to have dominion over them, not suppress them. There's a difference between dominion and suppression. It's not the same. You want to be aware of them. What am I feeling? This is flowing. This feels good. This feels... What are the... Oh, I can hear that. Not suppressing, putting down, which is what most of us do. We've been suppressing because we live in a culture that says you got to be this to fit in. And so most of us are suppressing. The only group that I know that really aren't full of suppression in ways that are gay men. Gay men, they're free. They have sex how they want to. They're not oppressed by what other people think of them. Generally, right? They are free sexually, and that is your power. That's your sexual energy, and most of us are sexually oppressed. So we are creating illnesses, disease, disconnection, depression, because our sexuality is contorted. We've got our sexuality wrapped up in romance and love, and that's your energy. That's your power center. It's really something. We live in a very tricky reality. And if people don't understand how this reality works, and that's why I keep telling y'all, come work with me, because folks you think something is one thing and it's something entirely different. That's why I keep saying, I have clients where it's like, they're having trouble in their marriage. And I'm looking at the charts and I'm like, somebody's guilty. Somebody has guilt here. And go into it, and I see that they come from a family where things weren't resolved. And so now they bring that guilt into their marriage, and now it's showing up in their relationship. They can't communicate, but they're looking at each other, fighting about things that has nothing to do with, right? But we think things are one thing, but it's not. It's something completely suppressed in the body, in the system. Human beings are so dense. That's right. Dense to words and so on. There is so much options to raise our frequency on this planet. We just need to realize that we are all forms one. That's right. And having an experience. Yes. Ooh, let me tell y'all. I gotta pop my collar. It's not me. It is the creator. Like, I didn't but when I listen to someone that I have worked with for years and I see where they were and who they are now, God is good through me as me. The work works because yes, Rob, that is it. That is it. And have dominion over our emotions, our feelings. That's right. Okay. Please speak to the sexual suppression and how we may change that by or with Friday's full moon. Set an intention. Here's the thing. Nothing changes all at once, right? So here's what I'll say. Whatever you have going on sexually, tell yourself the truth about what's going on with you sexually. Tell yourself the truth about it. Don't lie to yourself. Write it down. Like, if you're waiting for somebody, if you think that love is about what's your truth about it? Come see me. Ooh, because I feel like you got a good story. A lot of us have sexual suppression because we were molested as children. This Scorpio season, like maybe something happened to you as a child and you took on, I know that was my thing. My parents used to have sex with one another with me in the bed with them. They were young. They were 17 and 22, right? That's nothing, right? But I was so sensitive that I would pick up on my mother's pleasure, and that pleasure would ring through my body, and I started masturbating very young because of that experience. And that feeling of orgasm was so compelling that it owned me, because as an infant, I didn't understand it's like I took on an entity. It's like I took on their sexual power in my little body, and it dominated me until yesterday. It dominated me. Like it just had me desiring sex and desiring love, and my parents weren't available for me to connect with them in a way that I needed to connect. And so I was just out and finally caught myself in the act one day. I just caught it one day. I was like, why have I been thinking about sex for 10 years every day? Hormones, and I had to tell myself the truth about my sexuality. Told myself the truth about what was going on inside of myself about sex, how I was responding to sex, how it felt in my body, and so much of it is hormonal that it's not that easy it's real sticky. It's fish to water. It's so in your system. You're so consumed by it. I can speak about it this way now because I've done the shadow work to heal it. And it doesn't own me any longer, but it could tomorrow. You know what I mean? I'm not above it. I just can see it, is what I'll say. And so when I started telling myself the truth about my sexuality and my nature and desire, and stopped feeling ashamed about it, and really gave myself permission to really comb it out. What is this? Why is this? And take responsibility for it. Stop making my feelings and pain and suffering be about what somebody else did or what somebody else. I had to clean all that out. That was a distraction. What is going on here? What am I doing? What am I doing? I have a man in my life who lies and cheats. What in me attracted this man? What in me attracts liars, cheaters? What in me is doing that? I ask myself that question 1,000 times a day. What in me attracts people who are dishonest? What is it about me? What is that about me? I don't want to be, I'm naive. What is naivete? I'm not responsible. I'm not wanting to take responsibility for me. I don't know what I need. I don't know who I am. I don't know what my needs are. I go along to get along. I'm doing what other people, what? Like, I had to discuss, does this make sense? This is the depth that I have gone into within myself. But the astrology helps me do it. The astrology is a map, you all. It is a perfect map. So I know when the moon is in the sun, I'm like, okay, it's coming up. It's showing up in my life. Okay. So write an intention for what I want to create sexually, of course, after owning what I attract and have created. Yes, I've done that. And not settling. Yes, that makes sense. Okay, good. Yay. Okay, great. And it's also around money, because Taurus is about money and value. It's about your own value. It's about what value you bring. What is within you? What is within you? Because you're here for a reason, you're here for a reason. You're here for something. You're here because you are meant to be here now to add something. And it is your responsibility to discover what that is. You are responsible for discovering why you are here at this time. Now, the easy way, because see, what happens is we start to go outside of ourselves. We start thinking, because we've been conditioned, I should be, no, it's inside of you. The gifts are in you. So I have spent time, like, what do I love to do? What am I good at? Understanding my chart. My moon is in a trine with Uranus. That means I'm hella psychic. Let me practice these psychic abilities. Let me see. And now my psychic abilities are just because I looked at my chart and saw that, my moon is in a trine with Chiron. I have that's that thing that goes on inside of me. Really doing the work to understand who I am so that I can know what it is I bring, how I'm meant to function. Study yourself. Money and value. There's a thing here. Stella here is looking for joyful work instead. Yes, exactly. Have fun too. Joyful. So, all right, y'all. I hope this is helpful. I needed to talk, so it was helpful for me. I am in some of the biggest internal shifts of my own lifetime. Really, I am. And a imprint to help balance energies, yes, that are in right relationship. That's right. It's the sweet spot in between the physical and the non-physical. Thank you, Rob. You just said it in a Exactly. And that's what the chart does. The chart helps you go into the non-physical realms of yourself. They help you go into the non-physical realms of yourself and understand it and begin to see how you're meant to function. So now when I look out in the world, I understand my intuition is what I need to listen to. I might see one thing, but I know, my intuition already told me this. So I've developed it, right? I know that I am here to build community. That's what I'm here to do. I'm a connector. I'm a communicator. I'm a teacher. I know that. So now I do that and it expands because I'm doing what I'm meant to do, how I'm meant to function. And I do all this sort of stuff. So like I've been healing my body. And I'm going to stop talking a minute. The healing of the body part, you guys. That's another thing. Taurus is the body. When we've taken on these disbeliefs of like, I'm black, or I'm not enough, or I don't get what I want, or my feelings are hurt, the body listens, and those beliefs shut down your gifts. So, or we eat foods that aren't good for us, or we are holding on to things that are not unspoken, things that we want to speak that are unspoken. That stuff is heavy. It's literally like holding on to things. You know what I mean? Like I didn't say something, so now the thing I didn't say is sitting on my head. And I didn't call them, and now that's sitting right here. And I didn't do this, and now that's right. Like you literally collect energy that's holding on to you. So you've got to learn to clear. You've got to learn to clear. You've got to learn to clear because things are holding on to you invisibly. There are things in the invisible that are locked on. There are videos here. If you go look at videos of like barnacles, like lobsters that are swimming in the ocean, and there are these groups of people that will rescue the lobster and cut the barnacles off of them because the barnacles weigh them down. You have invisible things on you that are weighing you down, that are keeping you dense, that are keeping you heavy, that are keeping you from being able to hear, that are keeping you from trusting yourself. And then you go, oh, did I hear that? Did I trust that? And I didn't. And then you lock down on it more. That stuff has to be cleared. It has to be cleared. This is real work. This is real work. This is not, that's been the thing that I'm understanding with this Western mind. We have been conditioned to believe that the invisible is not real. We have been conditioned to believe that the unseen is not real, and it is real, y'all. It's real. And every time you say a word, there is an invisible force listening to you. Every word you say, there's not anything that you're doing that isn't infused with the force of the invisible. Nothing. And it is collecting and accumulating for years, for lifetimes. And then it becomes cancer, and then it becomes a divorce, and then it becomes because you have not honored it. So that's all I'm going to say. Removing faults like the earth has faults. We used to be in one. Yes. Oh my gosh, Rob. Rob, when can I come sit at your feet? When you doing reading so I can come and sit with you and get one? I will be reaching out to you on DM now so we could have a discovery call or something, because I no longer want to teach in a classroom for 20 years. Yes. All right. Invisible things hold us down and get to be clear. They have to be clear. We've been running on 10%. That's right. We've been running on 10%. That's right. Ooh, Rob, I'm so proud of myself. Let me tell you guys, I don't believe in the word proud. I don't tell people I'm proud of them because unless they're my children, right? Unless it's my child, because you see the work people do. You see it. You're like, I remember when you couldn't do this and now you can, and I'm proud of you for putting the work in, because now you did it, and you did it for yourself. Nobody did it for you. You did it. I feel like that about myself all the time because I've changed so much. Like Frantonia is here. Dr. Frantonia, she's here. She remembers when I used to say I was scared to sell my pussy because I had a mother who was a prostitute and I had to do all that karmic healing on that. So Dr. Frantonia knows where I was, so she could be proud of me. But Rob, I'm so proud for you. I'm so happy for you. You are, I knew you were though. Like you're a genius. All the people I work with, I just want to say that all the people that I work with are masters in the making. All of them are. And they are all going to outgrow me because I can see it. I can see their mastery. And it's just so exciting to see where somebody was and then to go, look at the, it just makes me so happy. It makes me so happy. It makes me so happy. V, the same for you, V. The same for you. Like, I just, we are all still going in the same direction. We were all finished. It's so amazing. Yeah, all of them, masters in the making. It is. It is, because I'm pretty masterful. And I just needed to give myself permission to do it. And I've had to shed. I've had to shed trauma. I've had to shed trauma, stories, narratives, belief systems. I've had to shed. And the shedding is revealing. The shedding is revealing like who we really are. It's profound. Okay, I'm good. I'm done now. I love y'all so much. Send me a private message. If you're here local on Saturday morning, I'm going to have a meditation at the park, Queen Anne Recreation Park. Queen Anne Recreation Park at 11 a.m. At 11 a.m. I've been saying I'm going to make a flyer, but I can't seem to make the flyer. So at 11 a.m., Queen Anne Recreation Park. And you can just Google that. And in Los Angeles, I would love to see y'all. I love you, Rob. Candy, I would love to work with you. When you're ready, it'll happen. If you set an intention, just set an intention that you're ready. And if it's not me, it'll be somebody who's more suited to you or not. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it'll be someone who's more suited to you. And yeah. All right, y'all. Oh, we doing it. All right, bye.